All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm excited to be on here today, sharing a few things with you guys. And I'm trying to, I promise I know what I'm doing. Most of the time. I'm trying to find, okay, I think we're good. I think we can go. I'm just trying to find like my main chat stuff here. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I can see if anybody says anything or has any questions. All right, so welcome to our planning for today, or our training for today. Sorry guys, I've been running around like a crazy person this morning and I got everything figured out right about 10 o'clock. So I'm still trying to put my head together here, but thank you all for coming and for watching this. I'm excited to share a few things with you guys that I feel like I have to relearn this time after time. But when it comes to goals, so okay, really quick, Shyanne Hathaway here. I'm a doTERRA Diamond. I am one of Jenn's qualifiers. We actually signed up on the very same day, and we've been able to work together for a very long time. And I love Jenn, and she's really great, and grateful to be able to share some thoughts with you guys. Okay, so goals. Everybody has them, right? Whether they know it or not. But sometimes it's really, really hard to wrap our brain around exactly what we're doing when it comes to goals. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this a little bit, about how seeing is achieving. So what would you think if somebody just shared this picture with you and said, all right, go ahead and build this? What would you guys think? A little bit intimidating, maybe? Especially if you don't have any experience in construction, or even if you do have experience in construction, I bet people that have experience in construction would look at this and be like, okay, where's your blueprint? They would not even take the job unless you had an actual blueprint. A picture is not good enough. And I feel like with doTERRA, this is kind of like Presidential Diamond. We see this and we're like, okay, build this. And people start building without having any blueprints, right? So what I'm going to share with you guys today, I'm going to share with you a few tools and a few blueprints that will really help you achieve your goals. And so, okay, so there are some really great tools that can help bring a vision to reality. So I'm going to share some of those with you today. First of all, before, it is good to know your goals and where you want to be. It's good to have 1 month goals, 6 month goals, a year goal, and 5-year goals. How many of you are happy with where you are right now? How many of you have a specific goal? I want you to think about where you want to be in 5 years. So go ahead and write that down or think about it. In 5 years, if you have not achieved your goal, how will you feel? Probably not so good, right? So, it's good to have smaller goals. And Jenn's actually going to be doing a training. I'm not sure if she's doing it next week or in 2 weeks. I'm not sure if we're taking next week off Christmas time, but I'm sure we'll know soon. But she's going to be doing on achieving goals. And so these are, I don't want to go into achieving goals. I want to talk about what your goals are a little bit. And I want you to write down your 1 month, 6 month, 1 year, and 5-year goals. It doesn't have to be rank. It can be anything really. But, since this is a doTERRA specific thing, rank may be a good indicator of where you are, or where you want to be. And then I want you to think about, in 5 years, if you haven't achieved any of your goals, how you'll feel. And then I'm going to share with you some tools that are actually going to help you achieve your goals. Okay, so I'm going to kind of skip over this, but this is just a quick reminder you know, your goals need to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So it's just making some SMART goals. So I'll leave that up there for just a sec. Okay, so what does it look like? What does your goal look like? So it is good to have a picture in mind, so know what it is that you want to achieve. If you're wondering why I have houses up here, it's because I'm looking at a lot of house plans and I want to build a house really pretty soon. And so it just seemed like a really good thing to look at while we talk about this. Okay, so I pull over here on the right. This is, I'm going to put this down here. It'll tell me if somebody has something to say. But this is what diamond looks like. This is exactly what diamond looks like. So you can see you've got a diamond, you've got 4 silvers, and then you've got 12 elites. And then this will show exactly how many kits that you have to sell in order to hit diamond. So this is, if you want to hit diamond like right now, this is what you need to do. So, okay, now I'm gonna, let's see, I wonder if I can, I'm trying to get out of this. I think if I, okay. So I want to show you guys really quick what elite and what premier look like. So this isn't exactly, it's not exactly the same thing, but this is a really great tool and you will find it on Share Success. It's in their library. So I'll go ahead and I'll put a link to it in the event. But this is an elite plan. This is going to tell you exactly what elite looks like. So elite is 3,000 volume from your entire organization. This is your elite plan. 3 classes, 5+ enrollments, and or 15 one-on-ones. And then this is a goal and how you feel once you hit elite. So down here, you're going to calculate your needed volume in classes for or one-on-ones. So right here, you're going to write how much volume you have scheduled for the rest of the month. So you can look that up in your back office. So say you have, you know, last month you had 1,000 OV. So you can put 1,000 OV there. And so your needed volume is about 2,000 OV. And then needed enrollments, and we're going to say 200 is the average new enrollment, especially this month, right, with the free frankincense. And so say we had 2,000 up here and we divide that by 2, or sorry, we divide that by 200, that's the average new enrollment. Then that's going to tell us how many enrollments we need. So we would need about 10 enrollments if they're going to be 200 average PV for an enrollment. And so then you can divide that by 1,000 to see how many needed classes or one-on-ones you need. Sorry, so the volume, so the 2,000 up here, you would divide that by 1,000 to see how many classes you need. So you would need approximately 2 classes if you have about, you know, if you have pretty decent classes where you're getting 1,000 volume, 1,000 OV in volume, or you would probably need about 10 one-on-ones in order to hit elite if you have 1,000 OV. Does that make sense? Okay. So then this is where you put down your scheduled classes to make this happen. So if I actually had 2,000 OV, I would probably want to do at least 4 classes just to make sure. And of course, you know, you need to have people come to those classes. You're just not going to show up and have a class, you know, with nobody there. You obviously need to have quite a few classes. And then this just is kind of a cool little thing. It's, you know, your first class, upline and DVD teaches, and I share my story. It kind of gives you a little timeline as to when you would be teaching your entire class. And then these are scheduled one-on-ones that you may need to help, you know, achieve your goal of elite. And then enroll with the kit incentive. These are just some different incentives that you can offer people if they enroll with the kit or if they book a class. So, and it has a couple little ideas there. Sometimes what I do, I'm just going to give you a tip that I do. If somebody, you know, inevitably when you go through a class and you teach a class, somebody will say, oh my gosh, I love the stuff in the kit, or maybe they want 5 or 6 oils that are in the kit, but then they want like a past tense or a whisper or something like that. And they're like, well, I really want a kit, but it doesn't have a past tense or whisper. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just say, you know what, if you purchase a kit, so then they're trying to put together their own kit. They're like, oh, I'm going to get peppermint and on guard and lemon and, something else, and then whisper. And so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just talk to people and I'll say, you know what, if you enroll with a kit, then I'll give you that whisper, or I'll give you that past tense or something like that. And so I'll give them the exact incentive that they need or want in order to purchase a kit. So that's just a little tip that I use pretty much every time I teach a class. So that's an elite planner. And then the premier planner looks a little bit differently, right? Because a lot of times when you're at premier, in order to hit premier, you have to have structure. So you guys, I remember this is going to date me in doTERRA world, but I remember when you hit premier, you just had to have 5,000 OV. You did not have to have 2 legs that were executives. It was just, you could just have 5,000 OV. And they changed that when it was probably about 6 years ago they changed it. So now in order to be a premier, you need to have 2 legs that are executive. And so this is just a handy little thing that shows you, you put your builders' names right here, up here at the top. And how much scheduled volume they have. So, maybe they're not executive yet. Maybe they're barely starting, but it's nice when you have builders because you're not doing it all by yourself. You have other people that are helping, and doing classes. And so that's really helpful. So it's the same idea as the elite planner, but you're going through and you're looking at your builders' scheduled volume, how much they should have before the end of the month if you did no classes, and then what the needed volume is, and then how many classes you need per person, and then how many one-on-ones they have planned or that you have planned that you're planning on placing beneath these builders to help them hit executive so that you can hit premier. And of course, if you had 2 people that each had 2,000 OV, you're still 1,000 OV shy, right? So that means you need to have your own classes and your own one-on-ones that you're still, working towards in order to hit that 5,000 OV. Or, maybe one of your builders will end up with 3,000 OV. Maybe their goal is elite and they're filling out that elite planner so they can hit elite, and another one might be hitting executive. And so if that's the case, then you would just be helping them do their classes to hit their goals. So, and then I love that these have their, they have goals on them as well. So, okay, and then at Premier also pulls in the Power of 3 planner. So I always tell people not to build for Power of 3, but to build for rank first. But it is good to look at your Power of 3 and keep that in mind. And you should be able to, you can place customers according to Power of 3, but you definitely want to have the builders in place to be able to hit your Power of 3 goals. I made the mistake of, I was pretty much planning for Power of 3, like I was building for Power of 3 and rank 2nd. And basically, you guys, I totally messed up my entire structure because I was building for Power of 3 instead of for rank. And I just didn't have builders in place. And so I was just placing people under people. I was placing customers under customers. And I will tell you right now, it's fine because as a diamond, I have my 1,500 Power of 3, plus I get an extra 250 bonus on top of that because I messed up in the beginning and I placed people under my mother and under my mother-in-law to hit Power of 3. But now I do get my 250 Power of 3 because of that. But focus on rank, and then your Power of 3 will follow. We finally hit our 1,500 Power of 3. We hit it when we were gold, but like I said, it's been a rough go of it. until just recently where we've been able to get, you know, do pretty well with our Power of 3. But I'm going to show you, this is an actual filled out Power of 3 form. So I'm going to see if I can pull this up and show it to you guys, because it shows exactly. So in case you've ever wondered why you need to have 150 PV for your order, it's because of the Power of 3. So what you're going to do, this is myself and my husband, and this is just an example, right? I'm just showing you guys. If I have 150 order and Bob, Mary, and John all have 150 order, then I've got 600 OV, which you must have 600 OV in order to get your Power of 3. So I've got 3 people that each have 150 order. I've got mine, which is 150. So if I have this, then I have my 50 Power of 3 bonus. But it's good to fill this Power of 3 worksheet out every single month, because then you can see where you need to fill in and where you need to help your builders. And Bob, Mary, and John are all builders. Okay, so I've got, you know, they've got their 3 people that each have their 150. And so now they have their 250 bonus. Okay, and then we look down here and I'm just, you know, fill in where, you know, they have some people. So who are Sam's 3 people? What's their, you know, what does that equal? What do their orders equal? So you can see right here, I've got 615 in Sam's line, 620 in Jill's line. Jamie's missing a few. She doesn't have this 3rd person, and so you can see where you've got to fill in the blanks with all these different people. And so I was just at a retreat in Prague, and they talked about, one of my favorite speakers talked about how to build and how you want to have people that are both committed and capable as your leaders. If they're just committed or they're just capable, it's not good enough. They need to be both capable and committed. And you want those committed and capable people on your top 3, right? And then down here, you might place, you know, if you enroll somebody who's capable but not committed, you can place them down below and help with maybe fill in Power of 3 here and there, but don't count on them for Power of 3. You want your builders to find that your capable and committed builders to find their own capable and committed people that will fill in these places and, you know, hopefully attain a pretty strong Power of 3. Okay, and so this is just showing the Premier and Silver Builder worksheets. These are a little bit different worksheets, but they have the exact same information on them as the ones that I showed you before, but this just shows them filled out. So these are your blueprints, you guys. These are your blueprints on how to hit the ranks that you want to hit. And if you notice, elites, this is the basis of diamond, right? So once you're elite and you know how to hit elite, then you can help other people hit elite, and that will help you become silver. And so on the Share Success website, there's actually blueprints for every single rank. So I'm going to show you. I actually have it pulled up. So right here, sharesuccess.com library, you can see I just downloaded the elite and the premier rank map to show you guys. And then there's also a silver rank map. And so once you have that silver rank map and you're at silver, you know what it takes to hit diamond at that point, because once you know how to hit silver, you can help other people hit silver. And that's what you need, right? To hit this diamond rank that everybody talks about and desires. So anyway, these are some tools. I suggest that you go over, that you fill out these worksheets. You go to this library, you know, if you're working towards elite, download the elite map. If you're working towards premier, if you're working towards silver, download those different maps, fill them out, send them to your upline, because this is your plan. This is your blueprint on how you're going to hit these ranks. and ask for their help on hitting these ranks. And they will help you. And it'll be easy to see where help is needed once you have these filled out. And you can even fill it out with their help the first time if you need to. And then do that with the Power of 3 as well. The Power of 3 is included on, I think, most of these after Premiere, like Premiere and up. The Power of 3, I believe, is included. So download these, utilize them. This is your roadmap, you guys. This is going to help you hit the ranks that you want and you need. So download them, fill them out every single month. I would recommend filling them out at the beginning of the month so that you can see where you're at, and then updating them, you know, maybe halfway through the month to see where you need to fill in the gaps, or, you know, if something's canceled or changed, you can fill them out. But definitely fill them out at the very, very first of the month so that you can see what you need in order to hit the ranks that you want to hit. So with that, any questions? Nancy? Any questions, since you guys are the only ones on right now?
You have any questions?
I don't think so. Very well done.
Yeah, my husband said very well done.
Thank you.
I mean, each of those maps, that's exactly what's needed.
Yeah, all those maps are in the new Share Success programs, right? I just ordered all those brochures. So
yeah.
they're all in there. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just download them. Like, you can just download them straight from the website as well, which is really helpful, especially if you're going to be doing it every month, you know?
Right. Right.
So I'll take this and I'll share it with in the event, the link to all of this stuff, because it's excellent. So, all right. Well, thanks for being on, you guys. And we will see you in Costa Rica.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
all right. See ya.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye.